In the words of Dexter, today is a good day for science. Steam has decided that they're going to stop even trying to censor anything, provided it's legal, basically. Or at least that's how the announcement seems to have come out. It remains to be seen how this shakes down. But this is a great decision, really. They've been under a lot of pressure to censor various games, particularly anime titty games, for some time, and there's this whole back and forth, and a lot of people upset on one side and a lot of people upset on the other, and they seem to have come down to the only sane and sensible decision, which is all of this is so subjective that it is essentially unenforceable, so they're not going to bother enforcing it. They're going to put the power in the hands of the consumer to decide what things they want to buy, what things they don't want to buy, and leave it at that. And people can downvote and upvote various games and so on, and that seems to be how that's going to shake out. Yay, you would think. A victory for consumers everywhere. People who like their anime titty games can now get them on Steam, a reliable platform that's going to make sure that they're not scams and so on. At least, that side of things is good. So, and there won't be all these workarounds like getting little patches and things. But, like I say, it remains to be seen how this will actually shake out over time, but we'll see. What's weird is that the games media is somehow against this. At least so far, it seems to be almost unanimous that they're against this, that against the idea that publishers should be able to sell what they want, gamers should be able to buy and play what they want. I mean, aren't you all, consumer media for games? Shouldn't you be happy about that? More variety, more choice, more power in the hands of the consumer to decide what they want to buy, and more unadulterated games, imports from Japan and so on, that can hopefully now be played in their original intended form rather than being fucked up and boulderized for the Western market. How is any of this not a good thing? If you don't like something, don't buy it, don't play it. End of story, really. That's how it should be. It's been interesting lately how news items, articles that kind of address the same issues have kind of come together in a way. So Steam is going to let you decide whether you think a game is hateful, sexist, misogynistic, pornographic, whatever, and buy it or not on the basis of that. Teespring has come under pressure. This always happens. I start using a service and some shit happens. So it's LGBT plus quilt bag, barbecue, whatever month, however many letters it is now, LGBT month, and so people are producing t-shirts, and one set of t-shirts that came up was an anti-TERF one. TERF, T-E-R-F, means trans exclusionary radical feminist. So that's radical feminists who choose to exclude primarily trans women from discussions, meetings, status as women, and all the rest of it. My view on all this is rather nuanced. I'm not going to go over it again because people on one side will attack me for one thing and people on the other side will attack me for another. Suffice to say, however, that I think TERFs are shitheads. But they're trying to claim that TERF is a sexist, misogynistic term used as a slur to hurt women, rather than as a descriptive term of who they are, what they do, and what they believe. Now, they might take that as a slur. Fair enough, a lot of people take cis as a slur due to the way that it's used. But both of these terms are, at their heart, purely descriptive. If you exclude trans people, and you're a radical feminist, you're a TERF. This is a mug. This is a pen. You are a TERF. It's a purely descriptive term. Taking umbrage at it depends on tone, context, and everything else, but in and of itself, it's not a slur, and you can't make it one by wishful thinking, any more than cis. It's annoying, it's irritating, it's unnecessary language. It is used as a slur, but it isn't a slur. So, people upset that this t-shirt was taken down because TERF isn't what they claim it is, went nosing around on Teespring, and they found hordes and hordes of like alt-right t-shirts, white nationalist t-shirts, openly racist t-shirts of various kinds, kind of skirting the edge, a lot of them. Alt-right is all-right. What alt-right means is nebulous and has changed over time, so you can't outright say that necessarily means someone is racist. They might be a civic nationalist, they might be a more libertarian conservative, which is what alt-right meant for a while. You know, it's not that easy. And they're bringing up all these examples, and spamming a Teespring with them in an attempt to get them rightly to reinstate the anti-TERF shirt. What's probably going on here is that a lot of these processes are probably automated. So you design a shirt, you put it up, you sell it. You know, humanity isn't really involved in any of this process apart from the seller for the most part. It's all automated files and everything, and when it goes to the printer it gets printed and shipped essentially automatically. Nobody really particularly takes responsibility for it. You might remember a couple of years ago there was a fuss because on Amazon there were algorithms that were randomly generating or taking memes and things from online and putting them on shirts, and there were ones saying like rape is fantastic and things like that, just randomly because algorithms had done it. This is kind of similar, except there's people producing the designs and then everything else is essentially pretty much automated. That's what I suspect. So they're only going to be able to address complaints as they come up. So if you find something and complain about it, that's when a human gets involved and enforce it. And the TERFs have really been pushing this idea that TERF is a slur for quite some time now. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if TERFs went onto all kinds of places looking for the term TERF, looking for stuff on a t-shirt, looking for stuff on a mug, whatever else, purely so that they can complain about it. And that's why that came up, and that's why, erring on the side of caution, as businesses too often do, they probably removed that TERF shirt. You found all this other stuff and have complained about it now because nobody bothered to look for it or find it or complain about it up until now. So it's nothing nefarious on the part of the company. What concerns me is that the usual response to things like this isn't the Steam response. Fuck it, people can print what they like so long as it's legal. The response is usually the opposite way, to start censoring everything. I don't like TERFs, I don't like the alt-right, I don't like fascists, I don't like bigots of any kind, but I do believe that they should have the right to print and sell whatever t-shirts they want, even through third-party services like this. Recent Supreme Court rulings about not serving people notwithstanding. So my concern here is that while I agree with the people protesting because this shirt should be reinstated, the way they're going about it is more likely to create a lot more censorship. I'm going to continue using Teespring for now because so far they're the best quality shirts and so on that I've been able to find. We'll see how they tackle this crisis and then what happens next, whether it's more stringent rules or whether they take the Steam approach of fuck it, which honestly is the better approach. That way people can buy and sell what they want, and it's down to the consumer and it's down to the individual, and I don't really think it's their place to judge. But the Steam news is fantastic, and I think we can all hope against hope that other companies begin to follow suit, like Amazon, like Teespring, like RPG Now and DriveThruRPG. I hope the Steam decision sets a precedent, because we've all seen the problems on other platforms, like Amazon, like YouTube, where they start trying to be moral arbiters and enforcers of things that aren't legal but are moral issues, subjective, creative, and moral issues. And that generally isn't good for anyone, and it tends to cause a lot of collateral financial and creative damage. But Steam, yay! And you know what? I'm going to chalk that up as a victory for Gamergate and the successor movements that it spawned, like Operation Rainfall and all the rest of it, because I really think it's a combination of Gamergate, you know, helping uncensor hatred and get it on the platform, and these other anime campaign groups that has really, I think, forced Steam's hand to the point where they do what they should have done from the start, which is just say, we're a sales platform, we're neutral. Buy and sell what you want. If you don't like something, don't buy it. That's fantastic, and I hope more people follow suit. Zang.
I'm a ninja. Yo, my life is like a video game. My main thing when I'm in the zone. One player, one life in the mark. I'm with a dog.
Go ninja, go!
No fucking it down. I'm cutting down anyone on my path. Trying to fuck up my game with razor sharp political throw stars. Shit, my flow's on horse. Wow, out of control. Ninja scope op the roof. Tough rounds, tough times met koko